As with anything, the most important and sound thing you could have is a foundation that is solid and strong. And that's the primary essence of boxing. And it's something that I've seen, regardless of the fighters you look at, going back in any era, from Sugar Ray Robinson to today's modern era, a stance and footwork is the most important thing you could have. I'd like to bring in a young guy that's going to demonstrate. David, come on in here. We just want to show you and start off with your basic boxing stance. Now, David, if you take your stance, please. One of the primary things we like to look at, that I like to have, and this is something that a lot of coaches might not see this right away, but I think I've broken it down in a way that makes it understandable to most people. I like to have the front foot placed in front of the head, which means if you were to take a string and drop it down from the fighter's head, his foot is going to be ahead of his head, and that's very, very important. I don't like a fighter either to have a soft front knee. I like it to be firm, but without being locked, because that's his shock absorption. That's where he's going to be able to push into the ground and be able to apply his weight when he wants to throw a good solid right hand or jab, which is the next thing we'll be working on, but get that base down good. The other thing we want is to have him keep that back heel up. Keeping that back heel up puts the weight a little bit on the front foot, on the ball of the foot, where he's going to be able to move. David, if I turn you around a little bit, just face me to this side here. One of the things I want to show you, and I'll use these sticks as an example, and this again becomes structural foundation which must exist. If you don't have this, it will not happen for you. All the exercise and stuff you'll do, you'll find yourself getting hit with shots. You'll find that your defense won't work as well if these things are not in place. And what I'd like to show you here is if we take a stick here, and David, you just bend a little forward. If we take a stick and line him up this way, actually, Dave, you know what? Turn around the other way. Face me here. Okay. If I take this stick here and line him up, you'll notice that the heel comes in perfect line all the way right up until his head, offering a nice line of his body all the way forward. This one acts as the support and crosses right there. This actual stance is a firm foundation right here. This is what you see, and this is where it crosses, and this is the line that the body takes. From that position, David is going to be able to either slide forward to me or slide back. He'll be able to move his body any way he wants without much of a problem, being able to avoid any punches. Also, the key is he's going to be able to execute his punches without putting himself in any danger. He'll be able to optimize his range by using that front foot as his measuring stick. This is very, very important. This base here, and you take a look at any of the great fighters in the past, and you will notice, and regardless of the style they use to get into that position, when they throw it, that is the position they're in. And I think the one example you can use on that is if you looked at a young Muhammad Ali, even in his prime, even when moving, if you freeze frame his shot when he throws the jab, you'll notice that the front foot is in front of him, and when that jab comes out, it lands perfectly before bringing it back. That is the basic boxing stance, and that's the one I like to set my fighters up with. Once you got that, you can build anything from there.